Okay, so I want to make a video, and kind of had an iffy night, to say the least. Watching the Red Sox get their ass kicked by the Toronto Blue Jays, and watching my Boston Celtics absolutely choke against the Miami Heat. Good God, I can't wait till like the Bulls or the freaking Hawks to kill them or someone. I'm just glad the Lakers got swept. That's funny as hell. But oh God, that was bad. Freaking LeBron James is a freaking burning hell. But anyway, so I wanted to talk a few things. I know I made a video earlier. I didn't like it. Thought, I didn't much to talk about. I called it a rant, but I don't know why. I think I was like high or something because it wasn't really much for a rant. So I'm redoing this video, and I came out with new topics anyway. Actually, the guy that actually helped me with this topic was Stone Cold RKO. He talked about how there were that there needs to be, he thinks there should be more managers in the WWE. He brought up one of, I think, JTG. Brooklyn, yo. I think guys that maybe need managers is, someone like, I don't know, Evan Bourne. Because the guy is, I told you guys before, I don't care if you're Evan Bourne fan, the guy sounds like he's like an 8-year-old on freaking helium. Seriously, you don't believe me? Go play SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 and listen to his voice. Tell me that you cannot take that voice seriously. I swear, him and freaking, oh God, what's his name? Oh man, he was at The Undertaker and Kane. Oh good lord. Paul Bearer, thank you. Paul Bearer should have like a freaking cutting a promo against each other. I'd fall on the floor laughing, seriously. But I do think there are guys that should be managers. But the problem is with managers is that sometimes they don't always work out. For example, when WWE did the Ted DiBiase and Maryse, when Maryse was supposed to be Ted's manager, that didn't work out so good. Why did it didn't work out so good? Because WWE thought, okay, maybe more people would take Ted DiBiase seriously if he has a hot blonde right next to him as his manager. No, that didn't work out. More people paid attention about Maryse than actually Ted DiBiase in the match. And the problem was, Ted DiBiase, the writers didn't like it so much of Ted DiBiase that they kept on making him lose over and over and over and over and over again. Look what happened. Now he's stuck on Friday Night SmackDown, absolutely doing nothing, where careers go to die, apparently. So, yeah. But I do think, some guys do need managers. Supposedly Tyson Kidd has a manager on Superstars. I guess he has a manager. I'm not saying who it is, but supposedly he has a manager. I do know who it is, who's the manager, though. But, what I think about that manager, something. But, I think, what anyone usually I like about managers is I think they're okay, but I'm more of a fan of a manager if you're a tag team. Like, for example, when the Usos had Tamina as their manager, I thought that was a good idea. When the Hart Dynasty had Natalya as a manager, I thought that was a good thing. When even when back in the day when Brian Kendrick and Paul London, when they had Ashley Massaro as their manager, I actually kind of liked that idea. So but then again, we could go on and debate about who's a manager and who's a valet. The valet is a hot looking woman, like damn, just eye candy, and the manager is actually someone, Michael Cole. The way Michael Cole's been acting with Jack Swagger, he's more of a manager than anything these days. I mean, come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Let's go, Jack. Let's go, Swagger. But, heck, even if Swagger had a manager, I wouldn't mind, because we all know how interesting Jack Swagger is on the mic. So, yeah. I just think those some of the guys may need a manager. If you want to, guys, give an idea who you think should be a manager or not, go for it. Speaking of Swagger, there's actually 4 particular, I guess you could say, 2 of them are a faction, 2 of them are superstars that I noticed have been the rise and fall. If they ever made a DVD of these guys, it could be interesting. For example, the rise and fall of Jack Swagger. It's amazing how this guy became Money in the Bank last year and became the World Heavyweight Champion by cashing in on Chris Jericho. Having a not so good title run in my opinion. Sorry, Stevie Breach. And then all of a sudden just get lost and have a bird as his manager and really kind of job for a long time, and then all of a sudden now in the middle of Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler feud. do I need to go any further into this? But it seems like this past Monday Night on Raw, maybe they might have a Jack Swagger Kofi Kingston feud. That could be interesting. I don't know. It's something for each of them to do. And what WWE could and should do in this situation is have these guys cut promos against each other. Make the United States Championship and Intercontinental Championship more prestige. Make it so that we could take the championships of the Intercontinental Championship and even the United States Championship, even the Intercontinental titles on SmackDown. Make it, make it more serious, make prestige. Not so much the Attitude Era, because God forbid, Attitude Era long and gone, and I don't think anything can replace that. But still, make it more prestige than it is right now. Come on, guys, give it up. And also Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior fella, the WWE champion. Sheamus. The thing with Sheamus is that this guy, as we all know, is two-time WWE champion. He's the United States champion. Remember, he had that long losing streak, and now he's on Friday Night SmackDown. He had a good match in my opinion against Daniel Bryan. I know the match was even really that long, but I thought it was still good for the amount of time it got between him and Daniel Bryan. So yeah, I mean, I still think Sheamus. Hopefully, Sheamus doesn't get lost in the wind with the new Randy Orton World Champion regime. Most likely, even though again I saw spoilers for SmackDown, hopefully, Christian will be still somewhere in the title run. And maybe what WWE could even do to make it interesting is have not just Christian in there, but also throw in Sheamus in there. And if not, try to throw throw Daniel Bryan in there. Hell, make a freaking Fatal 4-Way match. Have Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Christian, and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. I would like to see that. I don't know about you guys, but I would be entertained by watching that. Even though I'm not a Randy Orton fan, you guys know that by now. Used to be, but I still think that would be entertaining to watch. So yeah. And then you got the Nexus. Oh my god, the new Nexus, not the old one. The new Nexus. The one with Punk, Mason Ryan, Dave Otunga, Husky Harris, who's gone, and Michael McGillicuddy. Now, it should be interesting to see. I know Michael Tarver is back. He hasn't done anything. Skip Sheffield's supposed to be coming back someday. But the new Nexus to me is just. It's amazing how we used to think about a year ago the Nexus would be like, oh my god. Now we're looking at it going like, oh my god, because we're laughing. But, I think WWE should just end the whole Nexus. I mean, it was a good idea with the whole when Wade Barrett was taking over, but it just seems like ever since CM Punk's taken over, it's just seemed like the Straight Edge Society, in my opinion, just, version 2. All they need to say is that they don't do drugs and they don't drink and they pray to CM Punk. That's all they need to do. Seriously. But yeah, that's my opinion on the new Nexus. But Mason Ryan, I told you guys, I don't know what WWE is doing with this guy. One week he looks like a freaking beast, the next week he's jobbing to the Big Show and King. So yeah, man, I gotta wrap this up real quick. The Corre, that's the next one. Justin Gabriel, I'm telling you, what I think would be interesting, a friend of mine thought of this up. And I know it seems like maybe Ezekiel Jackson might be #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, but what WWE should do is possibly maybe make a Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Have Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Wade Barrett, and Ezekiel Jackson for the Intercontinental Championship. I could picture Justin Gabriel for some reason out of everyone in that group become Intercontinental Championship, and I think he could pull up some good matches. Justin Gabriel, like I said before, this is a guy that I think out of anyone in the core besides Wade Barrett is going to go really far. To me, Heath Slater, I don't know where Heath Slater is going to go to. Ezekiel Jackson to me is just going to be one of those big guys, kind of like Mark Henry, that type of dude that just doesn't really go that far in the WWE. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, obviously, in my opinion, you compare the Corre to the new Nexus. The Corre is done better in the Intercontinental Championship and 3-time tag team champions compared to nothing really. And last but not least, supposedly Batista might be coming back now that the whole Strikeforce UFC thing didn't work out for him. If Batista comes back, I've never really been a fan of Batista, but what I think he should and could do possibly is maybe become, I don't know if so much being in the ring, because again, I was a fan of Batista, but what I think he could do, maybe add a little twist and say he was the nominated general manager the whole entire time, and saying that he fired himself just for kicks to see what the hell happened, type of deal. I don't know if WWE would go that far, but hopefully something might come up. So anyway, wrap this up video real quick. Wonder what you guys think. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace! Beataholics.